God just spoke to my spirit that you've been giving the enemy too much power. In the Bible, there's a story. I forget exactly which disciples, but I want to say it was Peter. And there was a certain spirit that was on somebody that they could not get out. And they had done it before. But Jesus let them know that there was this particular spirit took like prayer, like consistent prayer. And in some translations it said that it took, like fasting and things like that. And for some reason, I opened myself up to getting to know someone recently. And almost immediately I lost my appetite. But then something spoke to me like I need to go back to what I first knew, my first love. Like something kept telling me that, like, I need to go back to my first love. And I didn't listen. But now I see clearly that in some situations there's just certain spirits that you have to consistently press in with prayer. Because I'm the kind of person, I'm so attuned with God that I'll if something's not right, I'll throw up. I'll have an anxiety attack. Like my spirit is so sensitive. And I think when I'm around people, their spirit knows that and it feeds off of that. So when we're apart, that spirit knows things to do to your spirit to get your spirit all discombobulated. But God is saying to you today, go back to your first love. This prayer is going to take pressing in, and it's going to take you going to, when 2 or 3 gather together praying and believing in the same thing, right? So it's going to, even myself, I had to reach out to my church for prayer. I reached out to a couple other like elders, quote unquote, that I kind of look up to in my faith, because something about this situation is just so different than I've ever experienced before. Yet I just know God is with me, and nothing is bigger than our God. And we've been giving too much power, too much of our feelings and our body and our mind over to the enemy to continuously run us over. You're too good of a person. You're too much of an asset to the kingdom for you to really basically sacrifice your spirit and your soul to lay with the devil, to be with the devil, to keep company with the devil. Because I do believe in like company, you know what I mean? Like if you're keeping people around you that aren't of the same cloth, that's eventually going to rub off on you, you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things that you have to be just mindful of, the company that you keep and the people that you chase after, because we have to be real with ourselves. People want to be mad at you, but in reality, if you're not in a relationship, to each his own, you know what I mean? But feelings and emotions are real. And sometimes we give the weakest parts of ourselves over to the devil, the enemy. It's in his plan to get us all worked up and chaotic and traumatized and in anxiety and can't think. Stay away from them people. When they show you the first time that they're the kind of people that will leave you in a state that's not at ease, it's hard, it's challenging, because we want to seek revenge. But I believe the best thing we can do is just lock in with ourselves again. Become more attuned to ourselves of why would we even allow a person to come in our lives in the first place to behave this way. You know what I mean? So it's like you just start checking yourself before you allow the situation or the circumstance or the person to consume you. Because in the last few weeks, I feel as though I've been consumed. And nothing or nobody should be consuming you except the Holy Spirit, in my opinion. But it happens. But it's okay. It's alright. Stop giving the devil so much power. It's time to check him and let him know who's boss, because he's playing the same games with you over and over and over and over again, and you're falling for it. So get up off the floor, cry if you need to, but clock in with yourself. Until next time, big CLZ.